Hi guys, welcome back to our channel. So this video is about a trip that we did in October about 2 months back, and this trip is something that has been on our bucket list for a long time, and here we have finally checked it off. So we are traveling from Bangalore to Goa on our Vistrom with Mangalore and Gokarna as our stops in between. So, day one, we are heading to Mangalore, which was a 6 hours 42 minutes ride being shown on the map before we started. With all the breaks and rests we took in between, it took us about a total of 8 hours to reach the hotel. We started before the city was fully awake, about 4 am. We were on the highway by 5 am, but it was still really dark, as you can see. And as the winter was kicking in, the highways were super cold. The sunrise crept in around 6 am, after which we stopped for breakfast. And we really needed something hot like a tea or a coffee because it was really cold and we felt numb from all the cold, super chill wind that was hitting on our face for the past about 2 hours. So we stopped, had our breakfast, enjoyed the sunrise, and then we set off. Soon enough, we were entering the Sakleshpur highway. The first few kilometers of the hills had some broken roads and potholes, but later the roads cleared up. After about half an hour, there was drizzling, due to which the roads became a little slippery, but it was not much of an issue if driven carefully. That being said, we came across a few instances where the car drivers were being a little impatient and overtaking on blind turns. But as always, there's no other choice but to be extra careful ourselves and keep moving. For anyone seeking for a quick getaway from Bangalore, Sakleshpur is truly a perfect choice because it's much cooler than the rest of the city and you can really feel how crisp the air around you is, even when it has been pouring for the past 1 hour. After Sakleshpur, the disappointing or rather inconvenient part was the roads once you keep going towards Mangalore. There were continuous diversions because of road constructions, and most were just nothing but slush and potholes, which in itself was a hurdle to get through with. Hence, no videos as we were more focused on the road to avoid any mishap. Anyhow, we reached Mangalore safely and we checked into our hotel at around 12. And this is us later in the evening on the way to Tanirbhavi beach, which is a beach just 20 minutes away from where we were staying. It was a really beautiful place and we were just in time for the sunset, and it was a perfect one, I must say. The beach had a lot of people, but still not too crowded. We spent some time enjoying the view in silence. And as everyone else might be expecting, we were also very excited to have food at this restaurant called Machli, which was worth all the hype. The food was yummy, and we ended for the night with some dessert from a local ice cream shop as we could not make it to Pabbas on time. So, this is now the next morning, and this is day 2 of our trip. And today we'll be traveling from Mangalore to Gokarna, and we have to check out of the hotel. We have already packed and geared up. We usually have our itinerary planned out before we start the trip, so we have a good idea of where we want to visit on the way. So, for the first stop on the way to Gokarna, we'll be stopping at Suratkal beach. So, this was very close to where we were staying, just 30 minutes into the ride from our hotel. We stopped at the beach, walked around for a bit, took in the fresh morning air with all the salty flavors of the waves. Morning by the coast really felt different. A whole lot of calm even when the waves roared. Fewer thoughts, but still a whole lot of excitement to experience what the journey had for us ahead. To be honest, we were in awe of the number of rivers we passed by on the way to Gokarna. It almost felt like every 5 minutes there was a new river coming up, and we didn't know all the rivers by name, but it felt like parts of Kerala at some point because of the sheer number of coconut trees and the amount of greenery we saw. And there were also a lot of green hills on the right and the left side of the roads as we passed, and it was getting a lot windier as we hit the highway slowly. The best part was when we exited the Udupi toll and then we saw this, that is the Maravante beach. It was truly an amazing experience, and the pictures we took, especially this one, turned out to be our favorite one so far amongst all our rides. And she was a random calf that came up to us for snacks that we were having. We gave her some, and then we also had some chai on the way. And then by the time it was lunch, we stopped at Honavar, had some food, and then checked into our hotel. We took rest for a couple of hours and then we came down to the Gokarna main beach. So this was the beach, and once again we were just in time for the sunset. Really very clean, well kept and beautiful beach, and there were not many people around, so it was very calm and peaceful, and you could totally enjoy the sunset and have time for yourself. After spending around an hour here, we then headed back to the hotel and then winded up for the day. We'll be back with the rest of the trip in the next part.